How you doing, YouTube? Steve here. It is the Monday, the 21st, about like 8 o'clock, a little after 8, up here in Markham. I wasn't too bad a day, I guess. I went to, where did I go? Oh, last night. I didn't leave home last night till 5 or 6. And then I went to, I got here, and then I ended up driving all the way down to Carlisle, just south of the prison there on 41 or 63. I forget what it is right in there. And so I drove till about midnight. So I didn't get started today until about 10. My appointment was until noon at Cary. So there wasn't a big rush to get down there last night because I knew that there's two different Carys. There's the warehouse and then there's the plant. There may be more than just those two, but the warehouse is over by Boots. They have open appointments and unload you pretty fast. The other place is at where the plant is at. They make batter for like batter is probably not the right word. What do you dip your chicken in? Like shake and bake, but not shake and bake, a different brand. But that coating kind of stuff. I don't know what do you call that stuff? They make it for chicken and fish and stuff, I think. Anyway, that's their business, but that's kind of what they do. Anyway, so there's a plant where they make it at. There they have appointment times which are, I don't want to say they're strict, but they want you there when you're supposed to be there. I've been there enough times. The boy that unloads is a real nice fella, and he works me in. I'm never late, so I never have that issue. But if I'm there a little bit early, he'd try to squeeze me in if he can. But I also don't put him in a position. Like today, I was telling him today. I said I had a late appointment at noontime. He said I got a 2 o'clock. I said well. He said you could have come in a little early. He said well I just got done having lunch. I said, well, that's why I didn't come in much earlier. I got there at like 11:45. I said, I thought that's when you went to lunch, so that's why I didn't get here much earlier than 12 because I knew he was going to be. I thought he was going to be at lunch, and actually he didn't come outside till about 20 after 12. So to get me, he's got to come out and check the seal and cut the seal, and then. But anyway, so I told him, I said, yeah, that's why I didn't get in a big rush to get down there because I knew that he was going to be probably going to lunch about then, so I wasn't in a big hurry. And I said my next pickup isn't until 2 o'clock, which was only about a half mile away, maybe a mile away, at a Berry Plastics, but I'll get to that in a minute. They loaded he got me unloaded pretty good. We sat out there and gabbed for probably a half hour. He must not have been too busy because we stood out in the parking lot talking for a half hour before he unloaded me. But I said I wasn't in no rush, so it didn't make any difference. To me, I didn't care. And he's, like I said, he's a nice fellow, so we like to, it's a good visit. Anyway, he said, I said, I could have been here at 6 o'clock this morning. I said, but I wouldn't do that to you. He said, I'd have squeezed you, I'd fit you in. I said, well, I didn't know how busy you were. And I said, I wouldn't do that to you. I might come in a little early, but I wouldn't do that to you. And, but anyway, so he got me unloaded. That was all easy peasy. And then I went over to Berry, Kentucky Street. You guys that live down there in Evansville, I think it's on Kentucky. Is it Street or Ave? I forget if it's a street or an avenue, but Kentucky. It's not hard to get to. I like to go over there. It used to be, the other one used to be my favorite, the other Berry, the main warehouse over there. Or, I say the main, Berry's got 500 warehouses around Evansville. But I went to the one by the airport, the big one by the airport. But I've had a lot of trouble getting in and out of there. Well, not the last time because I had a loaded trailer, but so I go to this place. Well, I was a half hour early, a little more than a half hour early, but I was like, there was no trucks there. So he put me right in the door 24, like every time. I thought, oh, this might work out pretty good. And no, it was still. They didn't start on me till after 2, a fair bit after 2, and I was there an hour and a half to get loaded, which really wasn't. I mean, it really wasn't that long because it was, like I said, my appointment was at 2, and I was there like at 1, a little after 1, and like I said, I was out of there by 2:30, quarter till. So I wasn't there that long. From my appointment time, I wasn't there that long, so you can't really complain about that. I was just there a little bit early. But then I got the same load I did last week. I think I told you guys where I went to the solar farm. I think I told you guys about that. Loaded up there, and where did that load at? Morton Grove or something? I don't remember where it loaded at. And then went down to the solar farm in Sydney, Illinois, which is kind of strict. You gotta be real careful about what roads you go in. And it's weird. Them solar panels are weird. I mean, they take like pictures of your license plate, pictures of the seal, pictures of the freight. You got to use a certain number of straps. Then you don't go anywhere on your own. There's a certain gates, a certain roads. It's a $10,000 fine. Can be a $10,000 fine if you don't come in the right road. They'll reject you if you don't come in the right road. Or if they see that you come in the wrong road, they'll reject you. You can't be there too early. Don't be late. But like 15 or 20 minutes early is as early as you can be there, or they'll run you off. And there's nowhere to park and outside their facility. And then when you get there, like I said, they're gonna, it's like just the middle of a field where they're putting the solar farm in. So that once that guy checks you in, while everybody's in sequence, I don't know if they're every hour or every half hour, whatever it is. He let me, I was in there a little early last time, and he said, I'm pretty friendly, so that helped a little bit, but he said, I can let you stay, he said, because my 10:30 called off, or whatever. Maybe I was 10, and his 9:30 called off, something like that. I forget what he said. Somebody called off. They wasn't going to make it, so I was able to stay, because I was like a half hour early. And so it's better to be a half hour early than late. He goes, well, that's for sure. But there was a guy that pulled in behind me who was actually the appointment before me. So I kind of gave him my paperwork, and then I said, there's another guy behind me out there. And he said, he might be the one before you. And I said, well, whatever, what? I'm no big deal. And then he did. When he went out and looked, that guy was before me. And he said, I got to let him go first, even though he was here first. I said, well, that's no big deal. His appointment was first. I'm just, I got no issue with that. But then you go out, they drive you out there. You got to follow a car truck, and they drive you out to exactly where they want you to stop. And then it just happened to be a girl. She said for a while, and then she left. Before she left, she said, they will come and get you when they want you to go down there to get unloaded. And sure enough, he come down there in a gator, waved me down, and followed him down. You never get out of the truck, and they unload you with a telehandler. One of them forklifts on the ground that have a real long extendable boom, so they don't get in the trailer. But it takes I was there. I don't know if I was there 3 hours or not. It was a fair bit longer than I wanted to be. I can tell you that much for sure. But then I had to go up to off by Champaign somewhere and get a load of paper for Henderson. I think I told you guys about this because I was going to be too late. And Henderson, you don't want to be late down there at Pratt Paper. So they moved the appointment to Friday morning. Yeah, that was Thursday night. But I wasn't going to make the Thursday night appointment, so they moved it to Friday morning. I still got home pretty early, but anyway. Oh my gosh, we're at 9:30 already. I'm rambling on talking about nothing. My condolences to all my Catholic friends out there on the Pope passing away. I'm not Catholic, I'm Wesleyan, but I do feel bad for my Catholic friends, and they're going to go through this next 3 weeks dealing with all that. Maybe I'll do a video about that. But anyway, God bless everybody, and I hope everybody had a great day and has a great week, and we'll talk in soon.